The ornament value here feels incredibly low for Nongshim RedForce. They're playing an AD carry that doesn't traditionally scale as a scaling front-to-back AD carry. Like, it's Misfortune. She's a combo-oriented pick, so can be nearby here. And if they commit to a fight, he just shuts it down and then TPs back to the top lane. Bro are kind of walking into a trap here, potentially.
Unless Krauko gets in and steals it, he's got the timing, but he is not going to get the Drake. And that is what he was looking for, as the big ult's going to come in from the Orianna. And already we have first blood going the way of Gideon as kind of a half-hearted attempt to... just going to equalize the wave as I speak. So getting pushed in by the Ornn. On top of that fact, Nongshim are going to be getting 3 grubs. So they have 2 objectives. Infernal Drake first, 3 grubs, first kill, first blood here.
But
and a scaling comp outside of the ML.
That 1 petal as an objective, they have a 1 objective. But although if you don't, which we don't, they don't have any.
All right, we got Pantheon coming up. There's the knock-up. The Pantheon goes in. Gideon making it happen. And Morgan's just going to go down. Used his flash to try to get away from the Ornn ult. Yet he still got hit by the Ornn ult. Yeah, and so he's just dead. He got all of this anger, sadness, and get revenge against a team that doesn't necessarily deserve it, but they kind of met Nongshim at the wrong time. Perhaps. We'll see how it goes. You know, Nongshim, we didn't get to see a lot of them winning. Like, they won some games here and there, but...
yeah.
You know, can they maintain a lead? Can they continue to macro well? I am curious, as the Timbers did happen, and then Closer died, so...
Good gank from Lehens. The follow-up is there.
Yeah.
Commits his flash for it, but 100% worth. And, like, you say, you know, will they be able to hold on to this lead? With the lead they have now in this game and how well they've been able to snowball it, I'm pretty confident we're going to see another Krauko attempted steal, it looks like here. Flashback available, and I think he should think twice.
Yeah.
He does. I mean, like, the problems that we saw with Nongshim in the Legend group when they had leads occasionally, whatever they want when it comes to late game objectives, and they have such a good comp from ahead with this Orianna. Gets the Tibbers out, and then Lehens is like, well, there's no Tibbers. I think I can just go in on this flashes for the root and the extra damage.
Yeah. No overreaction from Calyx.
And so far, and I think this is why Calyx didn't have a huge reaction there, that is holding true. Yeah. Your attitude has to be, we smash these guys 3-0. They're not even close to our level, and that's what it looks like here in game 1.
All right, well, no flash this time. They're going to flash in. Will Gideon, I believe. No, he just jumps in as the stun comes down, and Gideon is going to fall. They can't do enough to Morgan, and now the equalizer still available. Krauko and his counter gank get so much work done, as finally they will take him down. So that's a couple of shutdowns going the way of Bro now.
Yeah, that was a really clutch turn there. Morgan narrowly survives.
Yeah. Sometimes as the jungle player, you just got to wait for your opportunity, as Lehens might be in a little bit of trouble. Nice rocket belt to get away from that. I think if he gets hit by that, he might just die, as his flash is like 5 seconds away.
Ingen doesn't have ult after that last play either, and so this is a really tough fight to quantify here for Nongshim. Like, he could TP in, but he won't have his ultimate. I think this is a great call from Bro. Sure, they don't have their equalizer, but they have the positional advantage here, and they have Annie. King is just going to decide to take a turret here instead, so they get something in exchange, but just not going to be able to take that team fight. Bro with a snap call on this one. And when behind, trading, you know, a turret, especially one like this, it doesn't matter as much to get a little bit more power in the mid lane, for example. Maybe be able to use it to set up for this next dragon. It's definitely advantageous. It's not going to be a massive trade up, but it's the best I think you could look for as Kingan's on the flank.
I feel like they're losing too much. Like, 2 turrets here, the mid turret goes down.
Right now, and they have all the engage in the world with this Annie, with this Jarvan. Everything's up. The equalizer's back online. They could still win a fight straight up, but this Kingan flank is a big issue.
Yeah, they don't really get solid vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got in, they had Prio on the river, and then they were like, huh, we don't have any wards. Now they're trying to go on a king in here, nice buffer, but that is an Ornn. Even the anti-timbers and the equalizer goes in, and now the massive follow-up from the Nico is there. The turn in the fight is gigantic for Nongshim. Hype is out of the fight as well. Closer is down, and Kingan lived through every single ult that they blew on him.
Yeah.
They saw the opportunity, and it did not pay off for them. And Nongshim relatively smoothly here, as now they're trying to close the gap on a Krauko pretty deep in his own jungle. Krauko, the one guy that was kind of fed for his team, and fed, I say him pretty lightly at this point, Gio just going to flash away from the stun that comes in. He's like, well...
Matter because he has a completed Horizon focus, and they are going to be able to get these side turrets, and as well as the inner here in mid. And if the timing of killing Croco was a little bit later, I think they just take Otacon for free. Instead, I think they will use Otacon to posture a team fight because they have Orianna, Ornn, Misfortune, and Nico. If Nongshim can't set up a turn on this one, I think those issues that we saw in the Legend group perhaps persisting, but they're on the bottom side of the map where Otacon is, and they're setting a trap right now. Palu is caught.
Yeah, very nice buffer, but still going to get Shockwave. Meanwhile, Lahen's in a bit of trouble, so he's going to go down, and Kingan's jumping in against 3 people, gets the kill. Ornn, the assassin, is back here on the Rift. When you're this fed, you can essentially just do that if the Kaisa is that close.
Change and just get picked apart here, as even though Lahen's is caught, he gets an ult off, and that's enough for Kingan to help set up that kill. And Nongshim, even though it wasn't a turn off of Otacon, set up that vision trap in jungle, get the kills, grab Otacon itself, and it is going to be another objective in their pockets. Is Bro still sitting on that one pedal? I don't know. It's... Bro's got stuff that needs to be removed. That's what Nongshim said. They're like, this is mandatory, sorry. And your insurance will cover it.
I guess, you know, like the outer turrets are kind of like teeth, you know?
Yeah.
Just take them out one by one.
It's okay, because they're baby teeth, because you got the inners.
Yeah, here we go. Nice little engage for Lahen. Just going to hit the front line, as Palu is not much of a front line. Just kind of disappears. And it's a turret. The rest of the team really just abandoned ship.
Find an angle, but on this scenario is... You know, Croco's been fishing with his flag a lot in this first game. Maybe this time is the charm.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it now. It's not gonna feel good, but you know, they've had some teeth pulled, so you gotta just send it. As in he goes, he's not gonna get the smite. Poor Croco, as at least he will get out for now. As, ooh, the max range knockup comes in into that piece of the wall. As they're trying desperately to take out Gio. They might just be able to, but they're not quite able to. Triple kill comes in for Gio, and this game is very much over. 24 minutes in already.
Yep, no Baron required. Got 5 players and a grand starfall to celebrate.
Oh boy.
I mean, he's really celebrating. And for Nongshim, this is not a series win, but it's certainly a lot of momentum gained that they have not seen in a while. Or very, I'd say probably the most one-sided game win we've seen from them. I think we could say that factually since the split of groups. And Nongshim win this in extremely dominant fashion. Bro Predator's kind of in shambles right now as the gap. You could have done something different. Or sorry, Braum. I always say these 2 champions backwards for whatever reason. Valdez gave me a look.
That doesn't look like Bard at all.
Lucian Braum.
It's like the opposite of Bard, actually.
Brought Rise to the bottom lane without Realm Warp. He just walked over.
Yeah, it looks like Paolo might be paying for this one, as in they go. Very easy dive. First blood given over to Calyx. That is that first pick. Rise getting some huge value early on here for his wallet. He's not here in plans.
We'll see him next year.
Yeah.
We are going to have a big setup here for the Grubs. Gio and Lahen's are kind of a little bit caught out. Croco, a nice angle.
Yeah, Croco does have a nice angle, but Gio gets to safety now. The subjugate's certainly going to help, but the Rise comes over, and Calyx is making their life so hard closer here as well. Trying to take out Gideon will do that, but only that, as Palu is going to fall, and hype is too low. Has to flash the wall, and it's another big early win here for Nongshim.
And some plate gold going over here. It's a 1,000 gold lead for Gio in the bottom lane matchup on that channel Dad no longer is interested in watching.
Maybe he sniffs this one out, as he is not going to dash on in. Does dash away now with the flash, but with Pillar up, might be enough, but a heal comes in. Lahen's is here right on time, gets the stun. Is going to have Kingan fall, but the rest of the squad is coming on up, and it will end up being a 2-for-1 here for Nongshim, just on the hasty help there to the top. Not going to drop that ult just yet, not even going to flash, but he does get away with just a bit of health. And now a
cross map.
Gank?
Cross map.
Yeah, cross map. Oof. Everyone loves a cross map, and they get it down on the bottom side. And they take down Morgan just to add insult to injury.
Lahen's has just been in the right place, the right time. It's a tough call to make, but I think it was the call to make. And Bro are going to get a dragon here, so that's good.
They got a dragon. They did it. Good job, bro. It was easy to be a bit more one-dimensional when there was no Fearless.
Yeah.
Now there's Fearless. Lehens is Alistair. And how long will this last is the question against 4 people. As Pillar comes down, Lehens still surviving, but eventually does go down in trade of the Rift Herald, it looks like.
And
see if they can get this as Bro is moving over.
Yeah, they are going to go for the contest. Palu does have ultimate here and flash, but for what?
He didn't hit the eye. There he is going to get it. And now goes back for the eye, has to go for the Cyclone, and Gideon almost definitely dead. Is going to flash over the wall, though. And the follow-up does come in from Bro.
Calix has Realm Orb, but he's going to get collapsed on before he can try to save Gideon, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it looks like he is going to die for this turret as well. But look at Kingen in the bottom lane. Oh, the dodge! And he gets out, and Kingen's going to get that turret I was, in the beginning of mentioning as the sidestep comes through. So he gets a turret, he Realm Orbs out, get out macroed. Bros, 4,000 gold, the deficit now, and Hype. He's got flash, and he may need to use it.
He definitely has to here. Let's see if Lehens can go for the play. He is going to get the combo in. Hype just turning and burning just a bit here into Lehens with the TP coming up from Closer, who is 3-0, so that's going to be a 4th one for our Aurora player for the side of Bro. And now looking for a pillar, but I think just a little bit too far away. They are onto the turret, and they're going to dive it as now we have TP coming in. And the Rise is, in fact, going to be shut down. Krako pretty tanky, but eventually I think he just goes down after the dive. Ends up being a trade and another kill here for Kingen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a trade up for Bro, but it's something.
Top damage per gold, right? Out of anyone in Legend Group. That was very impressive. Maybe didn't get a lot of gold in those games across the map, but still did a lot of damage. Either way, it's a good stat. Here's Calix. They're going to respect that. And yeah, I just feel like he might be the guy most out for revenge.
All right,
doesn't feel like the tax dollars are being put to work.
I mean, look at this setup here. Even Calix can get to the Otacon without TPing, and he's just going to clear the mid wave. It's going to be Morgan who TPs first. The turn is so simple here with a Wukong with flash. They do just give it up, though.
Yeah, they got spotted by Redemption. They're just like, we don't necessarily have to stay on this objective. Nice culling here from Hype.
It's kind of favorable for Bro, though. I don't know if the lead the lead might be too much, but this is kind of an angle.
I mean, Gideon's here, and there's no real way to deny him as this Rise is going deep, and Calix in a bit of trouble, but is going to flash away. Nice interrupt on the engage from Lehens, but those wallets looking pretty good. And Closer, the one-fed guy, he is going to pick up his 5th kill in the fight, takes out Gideon. And now they want to start this Otacon once again. No smite available for Nongshim, but...
It's completely leashed. I mean, not completely, but about like 85%. Push through. There's not a whole lot of vision here for the side of Bro. This is an awkward teleport angle for Kingen, but he is on this fed Aatrox. I think he's just going to be fine.
Yeah, he's able to just frontline pretty well for now. But that's Sterix. Lehens makes his way back, but no Unbreakable will right now. They're looking for the pick on the Krako. He's in a lot of trouble. Does get the subjugation now, but he's still going to die. And the turn is immaculate here from the side of Nongshim. Gio is going to be safe. Closer does go golden, and he's going to be safe for the wall himself, but the rest of the team, not so much. Morgan barely gets away, but Calix is going to take him down, and I think that is the final nail in the coffin for that fight. Double kill comes through. Even though Closer did so much in terms of damage, it wasn't enough, and they say, hey, Baron's here, might as well take that.
Yeah, we don't need Palu. That one doesn't give you pushing power across the map. Not going to turn the minions big. We want the Baron buff. Instead, Calix is going to push through. And this play here from Lehens allows the escape.
What does he say?
Fight.
I think he just said, good job.
Yeah, chances, but they have enough damage here. These players are so ahead. With this Corki, you can just kill him. And then the fight gets pretty interesting. Like,
they barely made it into play-ins, and they have a lot to play for and not a lot of pressure. You know, there's not huge expectations. There were a lot of different narratives and storylines coming into this.
Right now, everybody's buying it. As they're going to look for a pick on the Calix.
Oh boy. Well, they're not going to land that one. The phase rush is helping quite a lot, and now they don't have an interrupt. And he will get away. And that was the one collapse.
Yeah, that you commit everything there. They're like, cool, there's the inhibitor. And also, by the way, Ryze is still pushing mid.
Yeah.
He's going to get a second one.
He just walks back. King at level 17, tanking everything up, gets a massive amount of health on that one auto. And with the Baron, with the Otacon, they're just taking everything. 2 inhibitors go down. Even the wave in bottom lane is timed here.
Yeah,
not sure if that was done on purpose, but it's going to feel pretty good.
I don't think it really was, but it was set up slightly earlier, and the timing works out incredibly well here. And that's just going to be triple inhibs. Everyone for Bro is up. Doesn't necessarily mean they can defend, because there's another wave coming through here in mid, and that super wave in top is coming over. But with some lower health bars, and with the remainder of this Baron buff giving them the empowered recall, they'll just take their opportunity to go back. Individual players' performance and damage is not going to win team fights for you when you're this far behind. As Kingan's looking for an in.
Yeah, he's just trying to bait this one. Paulo taking an immense amount of damage. Kingan getting into that backline. A little bit half-hearted of an engage here from Nongshim, but it just doesn't matter as in goes Lahens. Gonna open this one up. The double root comes down, one of them going into Zhonya's. As Closer roots himself, goes into the base. This game is over by a very big long shot here. 12,000 gold the difference, 31 minutes is the game timer, and that'll be Nongshim up 2-0.
2-0 lead. I think the lane matchups here can go very well for the side of Nongshim RedForce. The top lane, that one shouldn't, but mid is going to be more mixed.
At least, so it takes a bunch of damage, but there's only so much that Paulo can do. Kroko going to come over here, and it kind of comes down to a smite fight at this point, as it is getting pretty low, and it will go the way of Kroko, but in goes Gideon. Paulo is over here, and you're up against an Olaf. And now over the wall he comes to flash away, but Gideon in a lot of trouble. First blood goes over to Kroko, and now Lahens baited into it, and he's going to go down as well. Even burns his flash as Jiwoo also baited into it. Has to flash over the wall himself. Straight onto a trap goes Hype, but the damage isn't there. It's 3 kills for Bro.
Bit of a disaster for Nongshim here. You know, unless he gets caught or is denied entry, and the prio he does not have. But like, I think you just start these grubs up and you say, I have bottom side control as well. They can't cross map for Dragon. We go whatever we want here. They only have that lead in the mid lane, but enough prio here bottom side to say this is our objective. Paulo hits 6 though. He's looking for an angle.
Yeah, he definitely wants this Ahri, as there it is. The follow-up CC comes through, and Bro are gonna shut down Calyx before he gets to use anything.
Yeah, no flash, no ult out of Calyx. Just ends up getting caught there. Down he goes, and Bro just say, that's my dragon.
Trying to hope for someone to face check here, I guess, but they will be very cautious about how they do that. Bit of damage will go through on Apollo, though, and he's just going to get headshot down. A lot of extra gold going to go over to Gio as well against 409, as now TP going away. As Closer says, well, I'm going to try to shut this one down. The knockup gets flashed, to be honest, because oftentimes if you're behind on Olaf, you're kind of just spending more of your time running away, more than anything else. Speaking of Olaf, here he is, and he's going to be running straight on in. Nowhere for Lahens to go, nowhere to repel to. Nice charm does come down, but even the Ragnarok not used in the trade.
Olaf is so scary in this mid game.
Uh-oh.
He is also the target.
Okay, nice spell shield on the charm, and he's going way deep for that kill. And there you go, Kingan comes in from mid as well, or from bot. He came from somewhere. Meanwhile, Gio's just alone. He is going to cleanse and flash away.
Position.
Uh-huh.
And then he's like a real support. He's just got it.
Kroko standing still in front of the brush. Going to pay for that a little bit, but it looks like Lahens might be the final one to pay as he goes up into the rappel and will be okay. Kingan does come on over. As they sacrifice a bot wave, they really want to try to get this Rift Herald, but it is going to be smited down by Gideon. In he goes. The Olaf incredibly low already. His life stealing up quite a bit, gets the headshot. Or rather the ace in the hole blocked. As now Paulo wants the angle. Will he find it? He doesn't have his flash as the knockup does come in, and the follow-up is there. Kingan very tanky. He's not going to land a knockup, but does go into zombie Sion mode. Now they're looking to turn this one around. Closer avoids the trap. The stun comes through on a Kingan, and he will be denied. Man, but still, not bad.
At least he got away there that time, and actually was almost able to help zombie Sion get the kill. But this is starting to look like we're making it to 4, Valdez, as these fights just continue to be. And when you have the ability to simply set up 1 CC into 2 CC into 3 CC and turn this into a pick comp in these early skirmishes, that's exactly what Bro's going to do. His closer nearly loses his life in the follow-up there, but is able to get out.
Oohs and ahs from the crowd.
If only he could have continued the fight, maybe we get some Blackfire Torch value. Is Lehens, where are you going?
To the death chamber. Also, he was going to ward and didn't respect.
Yeah, that was a gold lead that we've kind of seen consistently across these 3 games. Gideon gets shoved. He's going in.
Yep, going on in. And he's got a Scion from the bottom side here, gonna get that spell shield away as Kingan's like, uh-oh, I'm in a bit of trouble. He is tanky, flashes straight onto it as he is gonna get knocked back in.
And
he's
just
going down.
Just like that, we made...
Uncomebackable.
Yeah, uncomebackable is another colloquial term, as Calyx is getting collapsed on now. Gets the charm, that'll buy him some time. He's got a turret here.
Olaf in the brush, plus Palu, who just TP'd in. Nice charm to try to buy some time, but Calyx, he's only got flash and he's not gonna use it. There's no reason to. He knows he's dead. Trying to greed around the turret, he does get punished.
I mean, some of these moments for Nongshim I can totally accept. Wants to try to defend the turret there, thinks maybe his teammates can rotate over, but they're not in a position to do so. As Gideon...
He's gonna find some friends, and he does not have his ult. He is gonna get blown up.
They were just over there, and they still are, and you don't have a support. You have a 0-3 at least. We got Rocket Belt at least. And now I don't know if you come back with this Ahri comp from this far down.
I don't even know if they realize what's going on here. The flash and the Spirit Rush is going to get them away. Gideon is quite literally hiding. Certainly not backing down from the fight.
They're certainly annoying Bro a little bit here.
Yeah, they definitely are. Nice flank here from the side of Palu. Nice flash to the disengaged cone, and this Olaf is gigantic, but the damage is coming in. Redemption saves his life. Giu, just a little bit too low, doesn't quite have the damage, gets 1 kill, but only the 1. And that is going to be the end of that team fight as Lehens desperately trying to join it from the left side. Do they kill Kingan is the only question. The answer looks like very much yes. And Bro running away with this game.
They get the punishment, cocooned, and then maybe you follow up, but it looks like President Palu is up for re-election, Valdez, and this game, you know, its identity is kind of broken now. That TP I actually like from Closer. He's like, if they're going to look for a pick, we actually win this every time if we're all here.
All right, well, they're looking for that pick. Gideon's going to go in. He's got his ult this time. Everybody just jumps in the middle of it and absolutely erases him. And Calyx trying to get it started here. Bit of damage in a Croco as he almost goes down. Spirit Rush over the wall, and there's the engage from the rest of the team. Calyx able to get away, but the rest of his team is not, as Bro are absolutely slaughtering them this time.
All you got to do is group, and you win every fight.
No, it's probably a Dagon dance.
All right, get that Pip out of here. Nobody understands.
All right.
It's not time for karaoke, Dagon. It's time to do Baron.
The steal? No. It's Calyx and Lehens without smite.
All right, Calyx, like maybe if we get some staggered recalls here.
I mean, he's going on in. That's a very nice amount of damage.
You know, it's kind of the thing of Palu holding them in place and Hype and Closer punching them. And that's kind of what we were watching is...
How are they getting
maybe a bounty? Maybe a bounty on the cards?
How is this happening? I mean, I guess
Legend macro, baby.
They're just trying to 4-1. And there you go. Just going to go straight on into the base. We got a Talia wall coming down too. Gia, there's just no hope for him as he is very sad. Closer going to take a bunch of turret shots, but it just doesn't matter. The wallets are really just that heavy. They can do whatever they want. And whatever they want to do is to take down these 2 inhibitors and maybe just the game right here.
It's what you can do to deal with side lane pressure or some backdooring. You don't have to go back to defend that. You just go straight to the heart. Look for the kills.
Yeah, Calyx. Not sure if he was trying to do extra damage or clear the wave. Regardless, it doesn't really matter. He's going to go in. They actually do get the kill and then immediately die. We are going to have a game number 4 as Bro are not done yet. And they will take down game 3.
I say that, it ends up being the Ziggs in the bottom lane. Kind of a funky matchup we have here. We're bringing back the awesome dudes in this one as we're kind of locked up on scaling 80 carries.
You have great setup for the pick. You've got setup for your your 1.5 melee champs, right? You've got a front line, an actual front line. I think you're on the money there with that one, Wolf, as well. He's going to go in as the first blood will go to the Jax, though. as in comes Lehens trying to help out, but now a TP from Paulo as well, and now Lehens is all by himself. And a bunch of damage goes to this Blitzcrank. They don't quite have enough to take him out. The pull goes down on a Kroko, but he is Maokai.
He can die in the first place.
Yeah.
And yeah, he died trying to set that up, I guess. Big win for Bro, though.
Baited him. Well, this time Gideon says, I would like to take 3 grubs. He's gonna get the 3 grubs.
I think he should be.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Yeah, I think
Yes, you're done.
like,
you're
we're done
Go,
when I
back.
say we're done.
Go back to the jungle. We're not done. Okay. In goes Lehens. That Shock Blast actually going to hit. There's the knock up into the hook. The small silence, and in goes the Nocturne. And the pick potential of this comp.
There you go.
Is there.
Yeah.
League of Legends Blitz.
I wouldn't say that. You could say that, though, as you'd say. But I don't know about. Well, this was a good try, though.
Yeah.
We are going to now look for a potential pick onto Hype without Paranoia. He has Flash used here in Korea. I haven't seen any evidence of that. Here we go.
All right, they're pretty deep in the jungle. This Maokai might be in some trouble as 3-on-1. Not going to be good, but he does buy a lot of time. In comes Palu trying to secure the situation. The Ziggs bomb over the top, and it's actually Noshim running away. Kingen isolated on the top side.
We're going to TP Yone.
Is he okay?
I don't... Yeah, I think so.
It's 1v3. He's going to go unbound, but he's stunned under the turret, and the damage onto a stunned target from a Ziggs is going to be incredible. Here comes Gideon, but it's just satcheled down as they didn't expect the Ziggs to satchel the turret, but now the hook comes in, and actually it's the Maokai who goes down, Kroko, and a very strange...
And is really, really good with said mastery of small amounts of compositions and champions. When you mix it up like this, it gets to be a little Rise group in here, and that favors Bros. They're gonna have a TP flank.
TP flank is good. The hook here onto Kroko is not gonna be great. He gets low, but that's not the best target. In goes Gideon. He's all alone in that backline. He's still doing quite a number, but I think eventually he just dies, though he will take out Hype with them, and takes a while to go down. As meanwhile, they were able to take down the Ziggs, and it's just a 1-for-1.
All right, bud.
A little 1-for-1.
Herald is up. Alex wants more Herald.
Palu gonna be caught out, but celestially opposed, but not to the Shock Blast. Takes it to the face.
After so many misses, after so many baiting Shock Blasts, he didn't bait anyone there. He knew exactly where that was gonna land, knew exactly where that Rakan was headed. Was able to predict it and blast him off the rift.
All right, now, round 2, Electric Boogaloo. They didn't quite have any smite, obviously.
On Lehens?
Lehens wants it. Lehens absolutely wants it. Kian's going in. He's going to have to flash away. Didn't even have to go in. You could just let it go. But no, they won't. They're continuing to go on this fight as now Lehens is going to be isolated.
Gideon picks it up.
Does flash away. Yeah, Gideon just kind of swoops in, gets it at the very last moment. He's very healthy here as the max range hook is going to come in from Lehens.
Where's the damage?
Morgan so low, just walks it off.
Jack's over there, and it's a weird comp, and then charging the Q3 here just to set up Morgan with the ult. Morgan's perspective. Got him. But then...
Kingens.
Oh, sorry, Kingens, yes.
Yeah.
Wanna live, she cleans up the whole thing, gets resets. We're not done.
Yeah, another hook here, Palu. It's weird that Palu's the guy that keeps getting hooked. He's the one...
Was secured the eye. They're gonna grab Herald and use it to also now look to secure this dragon as...
We're going mid.
Yep, gonna grab another charge in that mid-outer. As I just don't think there's any stopping this dragon.
He went for the outer route. Does this still hit?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Gonna pull it off. Just barely. Nice corner taking, but
yeah,
that was very good.
That was very clean for Nongshim.
I feel like in such a weird game like this, tempo vibes favor Nongshim, actually, because they have Blitzcrank. Purely, that's it. I'm like, Team Wolf.
Yeah, but I thought that's what you meant.
Uh-oh. Just trying to clear some vision, and there you go. The tempo vibes coming on in, and Lehens is able to get yet another one, and everybody's joining in here. He can't avoid everything, as finally Calyx is the cherry on top.
You know, you seeing that Shock Blast going over the wall? Are you seeing this? The Yone ult over the wall? Palu.
Okay.
You seen that?
I saw it. Unfortunately, I did. Uh-oh, Hook gonna come in. It's again onto the Maokai, and Lehens is like, oh god, I'm running away.
It's a huge ult.
Everybody gonna get caught up by that. Actually, every single person. Closer, he wants the resets. He might just get it on the GU, but the plant.
Oh, Valdez, I don't think he would have died, but it looks like it was about to be.
I don't think he would have died.
Valdez on hate watch. They're starting to realize this could be a possibility. GU susses it out.
Yeah, ETP's in here, and Gideon's just getting health on the Raptors. This might just be a flip. Actually, the damage is coming on in. Paulu's getting pretty low. Lehens is over the wall. Getting in on the King and gonna zone him a little bit, but now the Paranoia's up, and they might just be able to burst this one. Calyx not able to do it. It goes over to the mouth guy. Krako with the good smite. And now the damage is coming in. Super low health bars here on the side of Gnome-Sim. And the Tristana and Ziggs are getting massive value alongside of Morgan on this Jax. Just hopping onto everyone. It's a big team fight win for Bro.
I think Bro fans are probably holding their breath on that Otacon call and probably holding their breath right there as well as another almost Maokai hook does connect. But the risk pays off, Valdez. And the satchel from Hype that interrupts the setup there for Calyx is such a huge moment in that fight. That Tristana now completely online. And then the Yone unable to impact the play. Watch Calyx here. Something was happening alive.
Yeah.
Satchel messes him up. Pulled ahead. I'm trying to turn this Ziggs advantage into a larger one. Tristana plus Ziggs, by the way, for killing turrets. It's a match made in heaven.
It's beautiful. We used to see it all the time. And look at this with the Maokai setup as well. And the boom boom damage over the top from Hype is disgusting. That's going to be 3 kills just like that. Bro are running the Rift now.
Starting to feel like we're going to 5 as Kingan's got some additional time here in the side lane. We'll be able to trade this for an inner at least, but they may just simply lose the Baron. No one to stop them here. No Paranoia. Gideon alone. Doesn't even have Smite. And that's just going to be another big Bro objective. Is Morgan even looking for a potential catch on to Kingan, who actually stops here before going into the Tri-Brush, which is wise. And that's a Baron. That's more gold. It's doubled.
Dies and does nothing. You don't have a real front line.
Needed.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's fine. He's got the whole team there. Kingan is on a mission in this game.
I mean, Kingan, since the last series of Legend Group, has just been like, you know what? I'm just not going to be with those guys. I'm just going to keep pushing.
3 grubs?
And, like, he just got double inner.
For Tristana.
Exactly. And
it's either they land a hook and hope it doesn't get buffered or
Morgan on the flank.
I don't know. Here we go again. Morgan is on the flank. He's pretty far ahead, but guess who's very far ahead of his team? It's Ju. He's going to be isolated, taken out. So is Lehens. And just like that, I mean, all you got to do is press 1 R button on Maokai and you're winning.
This is when the dread really sets in for Gnome-Sim fans as well. Like, how is it possible
they're remembering
after 2 games of insane leads to toss it away, play Victor bot lane, and just get totally destroyed here? And what will be our 4th game going to Bro.
Who had the 3-2 Bro pred? Someone had that. Maybe it was on the Korean side.
I think it was a Korean pred.
It was like Cloud Templar. Somebody had it, I'm pretty sure. It's looking real nice right now, I'll tell you that. Maybe the comp looks better in Game 5, we'll have to wait and see. Well, this is one way to get the Tristana. Will it matter, though? I'm not sure. The wallets are pretty heavy here on the side of Bro. And in fact, they are just able to play front to back. Morgan, they have so many other carries. And they'll get the job done for sure. Calyx gonna go down, and so will the Nexus. As Morgan, all he's got to do is ignore the Victor. Instead, he's going to look for the kill onto the Victor. Takes it down, 8-1 and 8 on the Jax. And Bro stomped Gnome-Sim in Game 4.
It makes a lot of sense. Can be used similarly to a Lulu, but obviously isn't going to have the same sort of oomph in lane. We can be good into this Leona, and it's Lehens, right? Like, he pulls this one out.
Buff.
As see, Krako is heading down towards the bottom side of the map, is on a ward right now. Just the same, they are going to have to play very carefully if he does commit, and I think he is planning to do so. Tough though, if he gets stunned under turret, like, Lehens needs to choose his stun target carefully. Paulo probably want to go in first.
All right, let's see how this one is going to look. There's the stun onto the Zeri, who is moving. The Dazzle comes out, and now Paulo's in a bit of trouble, but it's still first blood over to the Silas.
Here.
Here comes Gideon. He ran all the way from the top river, and he is here just on time to help secure this kill. Gideon going to pick it up and
Okay.
get right back to farming. Spending a lot of time against the tank.
So this is actually really well handled here by the side of Nongshim as he uses the turret here, then flashes to the other side, maintaining the turret aggro on this Leona, who's the stun target. And I think trying to kill Silas there, or gank rather, with the rotation up of Gideon and Lehens, and Hype and Paulo just seem like they are finding out of this way too late. Slow comes in.
Yeah, Meganar almost here. He's not 6, but certainly Palu in a bit of trouble. He doesn't have flash, so it's just an easy gank onto the Leona. As they're going to try to give this kill over to Gideon, probably. There you go. Gideon takes it down. Meanwhile, the dive down here, but they've got a Galio on their team, and Krako's in a lot of trouble. Taunt is there, and Gio picks up the kill.
And Gio able to utilize the turret again. Galio can actually show up at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Look at how Gio plays this again through the turret. Extendo beam first, and then with the knock-up from the Galio, just cleans him up. The kill goes over to Gio.
Were there any 3-2 Nongshim threads? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so either.
Because anyone who went for Nongshim was like, nah, they're a legend team. Like, they're going to win 3-2 or 3-1, or 3-1 or 3-0, right?
Yeah.
And then the bro predictors were kind of all over the place, just depending on, you know, just thinking about what the form of bro would actually be on the day.
Azaria with Untiles this early, still has a call to cash in into, I mean, Cassante trying to make something happen.
Yeah, the Redemption hit him, and Morgan went into tower range with that all out. That's going to be the slow. We got a Vi coming up here. Morgan's in a lot of trouble.
He did.
Yep, there's the ult to come out. And, yeah, he's even going to flash here. Gideon has his flash, just follow flashes, picks up the kill. Makes it look easy.
Situation, lose a lot of your health, get pushed out of lane. Says free reign on the map.
All right, trying to collapse here. We got Vi ult available, but there's no damage at the moment. Trying to stop this, but now even the Taric ult is going to come down, and they're invulnerable for just a little bit of time. No stun on Apollo. King gets in from behind. We got another TP coming in from the Galio, and down will go Palu first. As in it is Calyx. He's looking to take down Krako. The Jhin positioning very safe, but the front line is just not there, and they just tank it all up. Morgan not going to be able to do anything, just has to run away.
Closer's going to get a lot of work done as the Dragon is being taken alive. We have a fight.
Meanwhile, Lehens taking a bunch of damage. That's not the target you want to go for. Nice exhaust, though, as the Vi is in that back line. The smite down, and now we got King about to hit Meganar. Krako trying to be real in this game. But as we can tell, he is not at this point in time. As the Wallop comes down, the Dazzle, just the everything thrown into him, and King doesn't even have to gnar.
And that is that. 4 deaths on this Silas, trying to be real. And if I'm going to be real with bro fans, might be time to start thinking about which lower bracket matchup you would prefer. And I'm telling you right now, it's not being and well, they're still playable. And they have backfired. Now feats of strength over to Nongshim as this lower third will describe to you guys. And we have obtained them. And, you know, it's Infernal Soul again. No double dragon on either side, but 5,000 gold at 15 minutes. It's greater than any soul, or rather, any single dragon that Pro has a time buy is going to feel. And also, like, time buy isn't really good for your comp in this situation.
No. Kane's just adding insult to injuries, letting all the minions die, denying Morgan. He's got Lehens around too. Saying, nah, I can just kill the turret later after the entire wave dies. Like, Nongshim are just the better team.
I mean, this comp has a little bit of cooking in it. Well, not that much. As you're
all right, we're going in. There's just no hope for Hype. He has to run away. Paulo is just free food. As the wallets are gigantic, they're just going to use this to crash in a mid. Don't even have to do anything pretty. All the other outer turrets are already dead.
Yeah, just going to be an ult here from Hype for wave clear. Can they punish him? Yeah, I don't need to be very cautious about trying to fight bro, that is. If you're a bro fan hoping for a miracle here, I think it probably has to start with a big stall and time buy.
Yep, in goes 2. It's like, yeah, might as well. Here comes the turn, though. Baited on in, but now we got the redemption, we got the kill, we got the Taric ultimate. He is invulnerable, and he just flashes away. Rest of the team comes in, And the Vi goes extremely deep. Gideon looking to keep hype around. He doesn't have his flash, and the ult gets dodged as well, at least by Gideon. Going back in now is everybody, but he just flashes out. Does Closer.
Almost! They were so close to getting Jiu. They got his sums, but they didn't kill the Zeri.
Fewer kills in this one. And the jungle gap is wide, as we have mentioned many a time. Helps that Gideon's been a part of 10 of 13 kills and has 6 of them.
Yeah.
So
I just don't think he's going to get even a single target, and they do agree with me that trying to contest this Otacon is just simply going to be a certain death. And instead they'll opt to back away for a probable death with a defense and a scaling Cassiopeia. That's what they're going to try to bank their hopes on. The hopes of all Bro fans everywhere tonight.
Finally they remembered at the right time when it mattered most, as in they go once again. The Vi and the Taric, very nice. Synergy does come in, and Closer doesn't even get a chance to play the game. When you got wallets this large, you just don't really take damage. And in goes King, and he's looking for that extra kill. The boomerang not quite gonna do it. Krako trying to stun his ally. It's not quite gonna work.
Get that Jhin! Oh. Oh, wrong team. I mean, Closer he doesn't have budget for any more defensive items, man. He doesn't have a Zonias. He's just dead. Krako's got a Gnar here for some delay, excuse me. As he's going to look for it.
All right, they're going to look for it. They're going to trying to clear out that wave. We got another wave coming in, but I think for Nongshim, you're up 12,000, but they still want to play it safe. They don't want to pull a DNF. As they say that, though, they just go right back in, and they get another kill.
All right, there's a bit of a Cassante flank here for Morgan. Kingen is probably dead.
All right, Kingen going in. He's not quite going to land it. Meanwhile, the front line will just be the sacrifice, it looks like, as Lahen's actually going to be able to flash out. And it looks like he gets away with the disengage.
If they chase too deep into this area, too, like, careful.
Yeah. They didn't end the game. They're not going to beat their record from game 1, but it's still 12K. We're actually making it even larger here. And no turrets have been taken by Bro fans, but it's a bit of Bropium, but it's all we have now.
He's hanging out there with Pool Bay, man, and they're going to maybe get it done. He's got the Scryers. He's got the Scryers. He sees where they're at.
All right, now they're going to be like, huh? And he's just going to end up joining the rest of the team. Has an angle. They're going to try to turn onto the Galio and not even look for the Baron. Calyx gets the taunt. They can't even take him down. They're not even going to get the Galio. And that's going to be the end of this game, guys. 15K the difference. And Nongshim will be moving up to the winner's bracket here at Play-Ins. Bro, they're on their last legs, starting from after this Nexus explodes. It just wasn't meant to be. 22-2 in the kills. Nongshim were just the better team tonight.
Nongshim were the better team tonight. They get it done in 5. A messy series, to be sure.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.